Shout out to Holocron Archives. This is a quick review of the Rakata saga. We started with the Infinite Empire about a month ago. Then we got to the Dominion Age. Then we got to 12 days ago was the fate of Tatooine. And then finally the fall. I, I'm having problems with hotspot, so bear with me, everyone, as I'm trying to present this with limited technology, just like George Lucas in the old days, right? Before CGI. Well, we didn't have AI back then, but we do now. Now, everything I've been seeing up until the point of, I want to say the Smuggler's Run, and I've a lot of the stuff I posted Holocron Archive stuff in my posts, in my writing posts on YouTube. So Holocron Archives, Star Wars Chronicles, shout out to Star Wars Chronicles, and also the one where was it the deleted scene from Empire Strikes Back with the lady that worked for Lando Calrissian, and also there was a scene with what was it? I think it was. I'm trying to think. Star Wars Legacy, Cade Skywalker. I have that all on my post. So a lot of the best fan films. And there's another one, The Empire Strikes Back, with tertiary, third-rate characters. It's a fun watch. I wish they could have had like a bunch of wampas in that Hoth scene. But like the deleted scene that never happened because it couldn't be realized. But oh well, I can't ask for everything. This was maybe, judging by what I'm seeing, like maybe at most a month and a half, depending on how quickly AI goes, maybe a month and a half to 2 months. If Holocron had, that's the thing too. Do you write, when you do the AI stories, do you write them down on paper? Do you type them on Microsoft Word? Do you write it in on a script somewhere, or do you have AI figure it out for you? Now, for me, I don't do when I tell my stories, and you can see the stories, Mickey's Metal and Buck Rogers. It's all natural, but I never let AI do my writing. However, I may do the art, I never do writing because my crazy mind can go places. And some people use Disney Plus series for Star Wars for their research. The way that Holocron has done his fan films. Now he's been doing this for about maybe a year or more. He's done it with Darth Bane, Darth Santa, and these are the most recent ones. And the way it's done, and I'm going to have some critiques. I'm going to talk a little bit of shit because there are some negatives I wanted to point out. You got to write these down, okay? But these were so good. These are documentary style movies. These four, especially these four, okay? These four, this is the first, second, third, and fourth. These were told according to the EU Dark Horse novel lore, uh, how the Rakata Empire had come and gone. And this was like the first major step. This stuff took place during Dawn of the Jedi and the beginnings of the Jedi, going into the old Republic. So this is, you'll have in here, there are surprise cameos from surprise cameo Jedi and Sith from two different eras. And this is tens of thousands of years ago, before the battle of Yavin, of course, going by that galaxy and not our galaxy. So you have 50,000 BBY, you have the Star Forge, you have, it's a documentary in which you see, it feels like watching an IMAX documentary, like the planet Earth in 3D IMAX. Especially the first part, it gets you to that like IMAX feeling of looking at the Rakata planet. And then for parts 2 and 3, parts 2 is more of conquering and conquering. And then part 3 gets into Tatooine. The way that Tatooine is formed, the origins of Tatooine. It's almost like getting a shadow prequel of Anakin Skywalker in the first three movies of the prequels. That's what it feels like when you see how what happens with Tatooine. It's like watching Anakin Skywalker grow up and change and perverse because Tatooine was another beautiful water, island planet, kind of like Kata Nemoidia and others. It was a planet that turned to sand and desert. And the last one is the fall. So you got like four seasons of the year. This one being the fall, the plague that would kill these people. It kind of reminds me of the Planet of the Apes series, in which the more recent ones, the Caesar trilogy, in which you had people, you had humans. We as humans had endured for tens of thousands of years, and then there was a virus that it was something that made the monkeys, the apes, uh, intelligent and made the humans dumb. And that's kind of what's happening here. It's kind of like if you look at Planet of the Apes. I don't know if that was your inspiration, but I have two feel. I feel like that's kind of the inspiration: the rise and fall of empires, the rise and fall of the Rakata. When you compare it to like Planet of the Apes and Caesar, and also documentaries that IMAX document where you're watching nature. Now, at the end of this one, because I just saw it earlier today, something told me there was going to be an Ishmael at the end of Moby Dick. If you know who Ishmael is in Moby Dick, you don't have to read the book. Just look at the movie with. There's an old movie from the '60s, and there's one with Patrick Stewart as Captain Ahab. So I really enjoyed these four movies. I have to go back and watch some of the other ones he did with Darth Bane. Now, I will give a score. I will give a score to this, and that will tell you what I think overall. Not just this one and this, just what I think. Infinite Empire, Dominion, Tatooine, and the Plague, all together in one score. 4.5. The two biggest critiques I'm going to say that were I found a problem. The multiple camera angles, but I think that the camera angles are a little more obvious between that their Jedi Master and his Jedi apprentice, or Padawan actually, yeah, Jedi Padawan, when they touch the artifact and they talk about uh, the Dominion Age, right? I won't say who it is. I'll let you find out for yourself. But what was the biggest issue that I had, and it happens throughout Holocron Archives videos, is the text. Now, can you read the text on this? You can barely see it, right? That's how the text goes. So I had to use a magnifying glass to see what I was looking at. Now, it is possible. I mean, if you have hotspot and you could tether your phone to your television and you have a Nintendo Switch or you have a way to get YouTube videos on the television set, you can see the text big as day. I mean, like this, okay? But the problem is that not everybody is watching the Rakata Empire on their big television screen at home. Some people have jobs and they can only see it on their phone, or they can only see it on their tablet, and their tablet or phone is this big. So it's very difficult to see what's going on. Say, okay, wait a minute, wait, what year is that? Where are we at? What year? Now, like when we go to Geonosis and we go to other planets, we go to Tatooine. Um, we shouldn't be able to know that, but it's the color of it's the yellow and white, right? And it's kind of like this glowy effect, but then it's small. So I think you have to kind of go back a little bit and change the font for future videos so that we can read where we are, when we are, where we are, when we are, because it's at the center of the video, but I could barely see it. That's the number one problem that I had with Holocron's videos. So if you could fix that, make the font bigger, make it a little more legible, so that we can see where we are. It might take away from the scene a little bit, but then you'd have longer established scenes so that we could see, oh, look at the Star Forge. Okay, we had to spend a little more time because we had to put that text there, that big text. But that's part of the creative process. But it was hard for me to see everything. So that's it for that. Now, here's one suggestion because I know he only focuses on BBY. So here you go, Holocron Archives. Here's one suggestion: the golden age of the Sith, the Doragons, right? Javi and uh, was it Gavi? I don't remember, the brother and sister, right? The beginnings of the Sith. So there you go. That's one idea. I don't think you've done this one, right? I definitely don't think you've done the Doragons. Until next time, everyone, may the force be with you. Because by the time Dave Filoni gets the Mandalorian out and the Mandalorian Grogu out, we have watched the entire Star Wars saga in AI. Ain't that something?